Get this 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network. Ryan Shelton is with us, and all through today's show we're
holding women's underwear like trophies.
Is that what John Farnham does?
Apparently so.
Someone in this room is a big fan of John Farnham. Is that what we're suggesting here
All
today?
right, here we go.
Is that you? Is it Ryan?
Ambush. Wasn't prepared for this. Yeah, I am actually. I love John Farnham. I love him. I do love... Actually, no, you know what? Stuff it. I do love him. I love John Farnham.
You're not in the typical demographic of the John Farnham fan. I mean, I know he reaches all people and is a wonderful entertainer and a great singer.
Yeah, see, I've grown up with him, and I used to go to all of his concerts with his family. With
his family?
my family.
Were you like Nudge in the Farnham house? It's fantastic.
Yeah, me and the Farnhams, like an unfilmed sitcom.
Oh.
No, I just love his songs.
What's your favourite?
Oh, You're the Voice.
Yeah, you know it. I saw him with the Sydney Symphony Orchestra. Brought the house down. And the lady went up and gave him some underwear, but it was like it was a magic trick because she was wearing a coat. And then he just kept walking, and then more and more underwear came out of this lady's coat until it stretched the length of the stage.
See, that's what Kerry Takano was talking about.
So the cheesiness of that is, I just love that side of it.
Isn't it?
It's great.
I was in a video, a John Farnham video.
You were?
No,
Yeah, me and Mick Malloy. It's like a 5-second shot of us attempting to teach him to do the achy breaky heart dance.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't one of his most memorable videos.
Which one? Was it in Burn For You?
It was appropriately titled, Seemed Like a Good Idea at the Time.
Remember that clip?
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
I hear these rumours that he's been offered to be the front man of Queen because he has the same vocal range as Freddie Mercury, and it's a very rare vocal range. Only Marsland, Freddie, and Farnham have it.
But will he have to adopt the moustache and posturing?
And teeth. And capes and lifestyle.
I heard that Queen was going to be fronted by JD Fortune. I thought he was just going to...
Oh, really?
I thought he was just going to do all the bands.
Captain Pout!
He's a ring-in.
And Justin Hawkins from The Darkness apparently has the same range as well. So he could do it, which would be good.
What are we talking about here?
Who are you a secret fan of? I'm a secret fan of Kenny Loggins.
Oh, are you just?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, obviously from Caddyshack.
Yes, true.
Amazing way to finish a film.
Footloose?
Footloose? I didn't... No, he lost me at Footloose.
See, I can't picture Kenny Loggins. I can't get Leroy Loggins out of my head. He used to play for the
Brisbane Bullets.
36ers.
No, whoa, hang on. He played for the Brisbane Bullets.
Didn't he play for both?
I think he spent his whole career at the Bullets.
Oh. Well, that's probably a conversation we can have off air.
Yeah. Richard Marsland. Who are you secretly a fan of?
Can I keep it on the music tip and say that I really like Bananarama every now and again?
Everybody does, man.
Yeah, that's hardly.
Yeah, but it's Stockaken and Waterman country, and it's a little
You're
bit...
going to have to go deeper than that,
Yeah,
Rich.
who are you?
Everybody likes
secretly
Bananarama.
A fan of.
Come on, Rich.
Dolly Parton.
Oh, everyone likes Dolly
Everyone
Well,
likes
hang on.
Dolly
Yeah.
Parton.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 to 5 is, no matter what you like.
Jolene.
Jolene, terrific
Yeah.
song.
I'll tell you who I'm secretly a fan of. Jim from EastEnders. If you watch EastEnders on UK TV, he's the character who talks like this, and you know it's not his real voice. You know the guy probably gets home of an evening and says, yeah, it's another terrifyingly exhausting day on the set of
You could ride it tonight.
EastEnders. And then he gets onto the set and says, oh, God, blimey, what are you doing? You're not cooking that up, are you? It's not bleeding well. Oh, apples and pears. What are you bleeding well thinking?
And is he dodgy on EastEnders?
Everyone's dodgy on EastEnders. Yeah.
He would consider himself a character actor because of the accent.
Of course. Absolutely right.
If you're a character actor, you have to have 2 photographs taken for Showcast, which is the guide that all actors... It's like the yellow pages if you need an actor.
Yeah.
One sort of leaning on the hand, looking serious, and then a character shot.
Like with a hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was looking through. Looking through casting books is a
Yes.
great group activity.
Yeah, it's good fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's also... How to put this?
Trawling for chicks?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
Really good for
Not,
that.
I've seen you do it. I haven't.
Right.
Yeah.
Never thought of that, but okay.
Sorry, but it does happen.
Oh, what are you bleeding thinking there?
I tell you someone who I saw who's not a fan of somebody is the lady sitting next to me on the plane on the way home, Rye. She's not a fan of Deborah Hutton. The screen came down. Deborah popped up.
Who doesn't like... Who even has an opinion about Deborah Hutton?
See, I don't. I was like, yeah, Deborah Hutton, okay, that's fine. Yeah, she's kind of like wool. She's kind of useful, but yeah.
Like wool?
And then anyway, so she pops up on the screen, and the lady sitting next to me had the blanket up around her neck, and she was sort of half asleep. She jolts back in her chair and turns to me and goes, "What is that?"
It's a wall woman.
Who are you secretly a fan of, Lisa?
Okay, well, all of my hipster friends and I decided to go to a Van Halen tribute band called Inhalen.
Yeah.
I genuinely liked it.
Really?
I love the big hair band.
Did we speak to you the other day, Lisa?
Maybe.
Yes.
Ah.
And that makes it even more painful.
You're that goth chick, aren't you?
The shame.
What is the goth chick doing at the David Lee Roth?
It's Tony, the sickness. I love it. They're all there going, oh, why can't this be love indeed? And I'm just banging out Hot for Teacher, just playing my air guitar.
Good on you.
Goth, not La Roth. That should be your motto.
Hi, Ryan.
How you going?
Good things.
Ryan.
Who are you secretly a fan of, bro?
John Stamos.
Oh, yeah.
Is this because of his acting ability or choice of wives?
I think it's the fact that not only was he Uncle Jesse in Full House, but also later on the drummer for Beach Boys.
Absolutely, it was.
that's right.
Kokomo period.
It's an amazing career.
I reckon he still sleeps in that leather jacket.
Do you?
Yeah, I feel like he wore it as a character, but I feel like he still wears it now as John Stamos.
John Stamos.
And what do you think went wrong with the marriage with Rebecca Roman Stamos there? She finally saw the old tape. Is that what it was?
Realised which John Stamos he was? That guy!
Apparently he's recently performed in a made-for-TV movie where he plays a gay wedding planner called Wedding Wars.
Oh, he's
How do you know that?
I'm a Wikipedian.
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
A Wikipedian.
Wicans, Wikipedians. I'll tell you who I'm a big fan of. Lee Simon.
I'm a big fan of Lee Simon.
Triple M royalty.
Not only just because of the,
his company.
people he wanders past with.
Yeah. Just before we went to air, Lee Simon wandered past the studio with an incredibly hot babe.
Wow.
And
Co-host for much of next week, I think.
how long before we get off air, before Ed Cavalier is in Lee's office? I reckon 12 seconds.
I could have that down to 6, Tone, if you let me go early.
Lee has listen to this wonderful story from Melbourne. June Middleton, a lifelong Carlton supporter, is celebrating the world record for the longest period to be reliant on an iron lung. 57 years in an iron lung. See, I'm just reading the story now. I realise it's for a medical reason. I thought it was just a record break attempt. 56 years, is that the record yet? No, another year in here? So well done, June Middleton.
Thank you, Lee. And you know what? Lee's your man for all football-related iron lung stories. He's straight. If you want one, that's your man.
John Howard is right behind the environment.
It's new. He's just heard about it and he likes it.
That water scheme he's working on. Have a listen to this.
It is important that we maintain the momentum of this national plan.
What, the momentum of your 25 years inactivity? Got to keep that momentum going. We've got to keep that non-ball rolling. What about Amanda Vanstone? She's rewritten our national anthem.
So what are her words?
Well,
what we got?
for
What's she got?
6 years, former Cabinet Minister Amanda Vanstone has been working on a secret project to write a serious song to make Australians feel proud of their country.
Wasn't any government business to do in those 6 years, Amanda?
I don't know where she found time.
Pressing issues at all?
It's hard to find a word to rhyme with detention centre. That's the issue.
So true.
The song, which she stresses is not intended to replace or rival Advance Australia Fair, is designed to be played alongside Waltzing Matilda and Hey True Blue as Aussie classics. I decided...
What about You're the Voice? Hang on a second. She's trying to put herself above You're the Voice.
Well, that's what it says.
Gee, she's a tough call.
Says Amanda, I decided we needed another song of gravitas because at school functions and things, once you've sung Advance Australia Fair, there is not another gravitas song. Why do you need another one? Isn't one song with gravitas enough?
Excuse me, Amanda. Who let the dogs out?
But she's written it to the tune of Land of Hope and Glory, which, while not actually the British national anthem, is like the spare.
Yeah.
You know, the way Waltzing Matilda is our spare.
Yeah, it's the one they kind of sing at cricket.
Yeah.
Land and Hope and Glory.
But she's just done the first 4 lines over and over again. Home to first Australians, joined from near and far, shining light for freedom. Freedom?
Wait, that's been lifted. That's an American thing, isn't it?
The concept of freedom, apparently.
The shining light. Don't they own it? They copyrighted it, I'm sure.
I think they've got the beacon.
Ah, right. Well, when I was at the Knicks, they sing the national anthem before every American anything, and this little kid comes out, 11-year-old, belts out the American national anthem. Halfway through, the guy sitting next to me went crazy, leaned over the barrier and went, "Freedom!
Freedom from this song!" So it's taken her 6 years to write a patriotic song. Just 5 verses, just Land of Hope and Glory, first 4 lines, times 5.
Yeah.
I decided to see what I could come up with 6 minutes.
Okay.
Couldn't come up with much. This is about an hour.
Tone.
to try and write a new national anthem.
Which hour are we talking? 2 to 3 a.m.? 3 to 4?
No, that's reserved for watching Dealing with Dickinson.
All right, 4 to 5. Good writing time, 4 to 5 a.m.
So it's
Tell
not
you
going to
what.
be as good as Amanda's one because I didn't take 6 years.
Okay.
But it's still pretty patriotic. Everybody! Land of Thorpe and Warney, heroes of our day. One of them always horny, the other clearly gay. Nation rugged and so big, room for Muslim and Jew. And Carl Stefanovic, robots welcome to
Nodding profusely.
Lebanon or Rwanda, we shelter victims of war. Although thanks to Amanda, you'll be processed offshore. Drought and El Nino have blown in. The brown looks here to stay. As brown as the hair of Paul Cronin. Only our water's gone grey. Captain Cook, C.J. Denners, Flinders, Strzelecki and Sturt. Or why not go to the tennis and couple ends up your skirt? No more upskirting jokes. That is enough for the out of the pool, get this.
Hang on a sec, Tone.
Imagine what you could do with 7 minutes.
Yeah, and how are you know what? The best thing about that, it's going to be hard for people to play the bomb sound effect live, like before the football. So you're going to have the horns, you're going to have you times 6, some cockneys to help you out, and then one guy with a Game Boy just waiting. Push the button.
But no wave.
No way!
No wave.
I'll pay ya.
Why would she do it to Land of Hope and Glory?
Catchy.
I think we need to bring back our own national anthem. The Australian national anthem.
Advance.
Get that back into our system,
Okay.
shall we? All right, let's go. Australians, all let us forget Amanda's shithouse song. She's written it to a British tune, and that's just freaking wrong. Although Amanda's lyrics will appall them over there, it's nothing new, we're well used to events, don't fail you here. That's enough singing
Great live
for
singing.
a week of shows.
Martin, you get so into it. You're thumping the desk with your pen, you're holding your Spyrex.
I'm going to be the first contestant on our new talent segment, Australia's Got Buckleys. The show is back on.
Yep.
In case
We're here.
well, there's not really a lot of marketing going on.
For us?
Yeah, I was asked to do something for... Is there some football in Queensland this week? Is that going on?
I have no idea.
Look at that. Look at the look
I
on
know.
the faces.
The wrong studio to ask that question.
Yeah, no, I reckon there is. I reckon the
Nikki, what was that ad going to be for that they asked me to do?
For the rugby.
Rugby.
You'd be perfect for that.
No, they said to me, can you write an ad to be shown on the big screen at the rugby?
Good. Why not?
But we can't afford to film anything.
Okay.
So we'll just have to do it with all graphics and,
Okay.
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
words.
Still pictures and
Still
stuff.
pictures.
Yeah, that's all right. We can do that.
And I thought what would be good
Okay.
would be to get people reacting.
Yep.
You know, because they're full of frustration not being able to do the wave.
Yeah, I know.
So get them booing.
Booing's good.
So I decided the ad would be, we'd like you to, you know, vocally register your approval or disapproval for these figures from history. I thought we could flash up Hitler.
Yeah, boo.
That'd get some boos at the footy.
Boo.
Have to.
Who's that?
Mussolini.
Boo. Who's
Yep.
that?
Kyle Sanderlands.
Same thing.
And then us and see where we fit into that kind of...
That's a great idea.
Came in
Wait
this
a
morning.
second. So you're saying you put our photograph up
Yeah.
and let the people decide if they want to boo
Yeah,
or cheer.
wouldn't that be an ad?
I'd love to be there for that.
Time slot to be on there as well.
I'd love that.
I was told can't use pictures of celebrities.
Can we use drawings of celebrities?
Is Hitler a celebrity? Is he A-list now?
He's certainly influential.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
He's let himself go, though.
So, but, you know,
Got a muffin top.
Hitler's got muffin tops.
Wow.
That's what I'm reading.
You heard it here first.
That's what I'm reading. So what are you doing instead?
Well, I think we've just got to keep the Mexican wave going.
Yeah.
And somehow attach ourselves to that because you can't stop the wave. Did you notice that?
You can't stop the wave, Toad.
And I was watching the news last night, and I really watch anything that's said at the football.
I know.
Or was it the cricket?
No, it's cricket, Toad.
Okay. And this is what they said. They went, and this was on the Melbourne News, pro-wave advocate Matthew Newton was right behind the Mexican wave. Did you see this?
Yeah,
Richard?
I saw the story, yeah.
And it's another guy who's like the Save the Wave guy, and his name is Matthew Newton.
Is that the guy that got arrested that had wave.com on his chest?
But when they said this on the news, the shot of him was like a long shot. And it was just a bloke with his shirt off and Save the Wave written in felt pen. He's leaping around like a maniac.
Felt pen.
And I'm thinking it's the Matthew Newton. And I'm going, this is a genius PR move. Look, everyone loves him now. Look, they're carrying him from the thing aloft. This is the best move. This must be a Marks and Sparks deal. But it turns out it was a different Matthew Newton.
Just a bloke.
And the wave, see, people have been emailing in. We were sort of joking about injuries during the wave, but as Trindo says to us, it's like being caught at the beach. You see the wave coming, and all you can do is raise your arms, and anything in your hands gets hurled into the air by the force of the wave. So people are holding things, and you haven't got time to put them down.
No.
You just see the wave coming, and it's,
Yeah.
oh no, my collection of tiny porcelain figurines destroyed forever.
My glass menagerie.
And what I like, some of the pictures in the newspaper, you've got 200 people in the picture, about 150 of them up, and like the police are watching every single person, and then about 16 of them just sitting down because, you know, safety in numbers, but who's going to be the one to jump up
You
in
just
front of the
don't wanna
cops when you could get arrested?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, when the judge comes into the courtroom, all rise. It's going to be a wonderful picture, of
Everybody's
course.
up.
That's good.
Yeah, all rise, everybody jumps up in
That's
unison.
great. A wave in the courtroom
great idea.
for the people convicted of doing the wave at the football. What about Adelaide? They love a bit of nudity over there. Wasn't it the Nude Olympics, Richard?
Yeah, it certainly was, I think, at Maslin's Beach, which I think was Australia's...
Beach?
Or
Maslin's
Beach.
No, that's been great for 30 years. But but I think Maslin's Beach was the first nude beach.
did the news cover it with a lot of puns about tackle and just play a clip from the news?
As you'd expect, there's plenty of knockers in the crowd, but at least the competitors here don't mind being stripped of their dignity.
The men would have a bit of wind resistance downstairs. Depends on how well endowed you are.
There's an event for everyone at the Nude Olympics, not just the bare essentials. Naturalists at Adelaide's Maslin Beach pressing flesh in events like the discus and flag race.
The flag race. The guy writing that just couldn't keep up with his own ideas. Knockers in the crowd.
Olympic rings, parallel bars, white pointers. Oh, my God, I'm spent.
Daniel?
How you doing?
Really good, sir. What would you do all the time if you could?
I'd love to watch Deadwood 24/7.
Good idea.
I would love to be Al Swearingen.
You'd like to be Al Swearingen.
It's
Yeah,
not
he's
just
gold.
us, is it, Daniel? There's other people out there who are...
I've got Series 1 and 2 on DVD. I watched Series 3 on Foxtel. I'm hanging for this year's one.
Where can you get one of those suits?
There's got to be one somewhere, doesn't there? Go to Sovereign Hill.
Sovereign Hill.
Daniel, I would love it if you showed up in Sovereign Hill, dressed as Al Swearingen, trying to start order people about. That would be wonderful.
I would like to think that the fourth series of Deadwood could be shot at Sovereign
Oh,
Hill.
here we go.
Be taking care of that village idiot pretty quickly.
Hello, Martin.
Hey,
What would you do all the time if you could?
paid holiday.
Really?
Paid holiday.
I hate holidays, Martin. I get bored. What do you...
I've just been on 7 weeks and I could do another 7.
And what do you do normally? Like, what's your job?
I drive a cab.
Someone we know.
Lawrence Mooney.
Lawrence Mooney is driving a cab doing research for
A new show.
a comedy. Do you
Called
reckon,
Where To?
if, you know, a week in your life, would that be material for a comedy festival show, do you think?
No.
Nup.
Well, good luck,
All right.
Lawrence.
Yeah, best of luck.
Time to make some stuff up.
Hey, Martin.
Yeah.
The cab drivers in Vegas get like kickbacks from like salubrious venues. Does that happen where you drive the cab?
Yeah.
The odd naughty but nice theatre restaurant.
Oh, no, it's just a hairy checkbook. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
There we go.
Don't forget to pop down to the Commonwealth Bank and inquire about the hairy checkbook. Ross Noble is here. Were you just telling Ross about our segment here?
Funky Junkies.
It sounds like the greatest segment ever.
I mean, it's a bit offensive, possibly. We love the theme.
Peter Andre on vocals.
Yeah.
And Abs.
You're just describing odd junkie behaviour we've seen in the street.
Yeah.
I think if we were to make up behaviour, that would be offensive.
No. It has. You're saying so? It's okay if we describe actual behaviour.
I think if we're reporting
I
the
agree.
actual, that's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. What you're doing is you're providing a service.
That's what you do.
Yeah, it's an anti-drugs message.
That is
Yeah.
true.
That's
how we should push
that's
it.
the way to push
Yeah,
it.
yeah, right there.
Because
Problem solved.
bloke at my shopping centre, junkie, stole the guitar of the busker and didn't have the strength to get more than about 3 shops away before the busker tackled him.
That's like the best American wrestling ever. The junkie and the busker. It's the junkie, and then busker comes in, but to the Streets of London by Ralph McTell, you know. It's the busker. Have you seen the old man outside the Siemens Mission? And then just the junkie, just in the corner, just of the ring, just like leaning against the ropes. Maybe he's banging his head slightly against the padded area. You know?
Is that an anti-drug message right there?
It's wonderful radio. It's wonderful television, stage show.
You know what I can't stop laughing at though is and nobody's heard of the drug ice.
Oh,
in the UK, you know.
Oh,
Huge
really?
here.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're all on it here, Ross.
Yeah.
We've got something first for once.
Yeah, it's the premiere, the world premiere.
Eat our dust, England.
And it's, and I've tried to explain it because people go nuts on it, don't they? They just smash the place up and stuff. But I can't stop laughing now every time I see a poster that says Disney World on ice. Because it just puts the whole thing, into a completely different.
But what are you doing? You're driving around the world on a motorbike.
Yeah, I'm about to do this tour, 100 dates around Australia on my motorbike, and I'm going to be
100 dates?
100 dates, yeah, but not just cities, everywhere.
We've got a Chuka. We've got a Chuka here, and
Yeah, but go further down. Look,
Scroll down here.
I'm going to be down. Yeah,
Oh,
he's
scroll.
actually not on a computer. He's on a scroll, an old style. There's no computers in here.
Ross has given me a parchment to look
Parchment
at these dates.
Monday at Triple M.
I'm going right up the top end as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, and so basically, I've got a thing on my website which is rossnoble.com.au, and I want to basically meet everyone in
Australia.
Yeah,
Take a number.
So go on my website, and there's a little section, and you can just send me an email. And if you're suitably mental, I believe is the word. I just want to meet the oddest people, and I'm going to make a documentary. So basically, just let me know, and I'll come and visit your house.
Any ideas, Ross, of like an ideal?
I'm
Ross
looking
Noble
for
visiting?
somebody that has like a shed and is up to something in the shed.
Well, I'll send you some of our listeners' emails. They're all up to
which
something.
is why I'm on this show. Because if anyone's going to provide me with interesting things.
Oh,
Hope so.
they've got a lot to say, our listeners. You did a radio series called Ross Noble Goes Global.
Yeah.
How many series of that have you done?
2, I think.
And they're on CD. You can get them through through your website, I'm assuming.
Well, I think you can listen to them for free if
Oh,
you want
okay.
to, because the BBC haven't fully worked out. They haven't fully worked out the commercial possibilities.
Right.
Like they release things on CD, and then they go, "Oh, you can just go on the internet and listen free."
Oh, right.
So yeah, I think they're on BBC.co.uk or something.
Well, I got the CDs from Amazon. And it's almost, is it like a new idea? It's like a new radio format, essentially.
What, like the ladies' magazine? Like new idea?
It is.
Yeah.
It
Pictures
is.
of me with Beck and Leighton's baby.
And with boob dents and baby bumps all over.
It's unbelievable.
But what do? You go to a town, you walk around all day with a tape recorder, interviewing people and making observations.
Yeah.
Then you do a gig that night.
Yeah, and it's just what happens then.
But the format for the show is intercutting between the walking around and the gig.
The thing is, though, it was in foreign countries as well.
Yes.
So it was kind of, I was performing in front of like Belgians. So it was kind of,
What do you open with for Belgians?
It's so hard to know. There's like... The best one was we did this gig in a township in South Africa.
Yeah.
And these are literally people that live, they live under plastic. And I said, can we do a gig there? And everyone's going, well, not really, because they don't really have showbiz, what with them being the poorest people on earth.
Yes.
And I went, yeah, but they'd like a laugh, don't they? So we turned up. There was guys with guns, and they were eating sheep's heads. And just turned up and did the gig, and they all laughed, and it was all good. And their frames of reference, obviously, when you're wearing egg boxes for shoes, isn't quite as. I felt like a comedy opera.
Hey, are you going to go? How far into the north of Queensland are you going?
Right up.
Guru? Are you going to Guru where the flooding is?
You see, I never know whether this is real places. I always just have this feeling that I'm being. The mix being taken out of me.
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to Bonga Belonga Belong? Yeah, if you like.
Good luck.
Yeah. No, I'm going. I go across the Nullarbor, which I can't decide whether it's going to be like a big exciting thing or whether it's going to be the most boring motorcycle journey, because it's just like 1,000 miles of straight road, isn't
It's just
it?
like a cartoon, the same power pole going
exactly.
past.
Yeah.
But Bonga Babongalong's very beautiful at this time of the year,
lovely.
I think. You'll find.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They've got floods in Guru, and listen to how Aussie they are dealing with the floods.
The flooding, which sent the Horton River into the streets of Guru, is supposedly easing, but the locals aren't impatient.
Oh, just wet. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing to do. Drink beer and that's about it.
That means wetting your whistle in knee-deep water.
Standing out front of the pub, half underwater, still just having a beer like nothing's wrong.
Yeah. Jump on a floating keg, try and drink from it as the pressure goes down, like a submarine, like a drunken Captain Nemo.
Hi, Tim.
Hi, g'day, Ed. How you going?
Really good, sir. What's your fact?
My fact is that George Foreman has no fingerprints.
Hang on. Where did you hear that then?
Oh, I heard it on the radio a long time ago.
Yeah, leave it out. You know fine well I invented that fact.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is that something you invented?
It's one of yours.
In what circumstances?
Oh, sometimes I like to just make up just nonsense facts.
And then just send them into the
And
community,
send them out
like
and-
tagged fish.
Yeah, and the George Foreman one just got way out of control to the point where I was actually like getting death threats from like American boxing forums. But the best thing of all, and this is probably my proudest achievement ever, is a load of kids in Perth made up stickers, speech bubbles, and stuck them onto the boxes of the George Foreman grills that just said, "Oh, and by the way, I have no fingerprints."
You can dust this grill as long as you want. Nothing.
Yeah, if you look on Wikipedia, it was like it actually said he does have fingerprints. Don't listen to any internet rumours.
Hi, John.
G'day, guys.
What's your fact, brother?
Baby koalas have to eat their mum's poo, otherwise they can't digest their food when they get older.
Aren't we lucky that was cut out of our evolutionary chain?
Wow.
Mum, can you come round?
I'm both surprised and startled. Well, they've got to hang on. They've got to eat their mum's poo.
Why? So they can digest things.
There's germs in their mum's poo that they get in their tummies when they get older.
You get told off by your mum, "Are you eating my poo?" Why not?
Finish your poo, or you can't play outside.
Time for one more fact.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, I love this one. Did you know that it's illegal in Switzerland to mow the lawn dressed as Elvis?
Are you serious there?
Absolutely.
You didn't hear this at a Ross Noble gig?
Sadly, no.
Why? Why would that be illegal?
I don't know. I don't know whether it's across the entire country or just in one particular canton, but I just think that they were bored one day at council and sat down and thought, what sort of silly bylaw can we write?
Or it was when Elvis was touring and he was doing a bit of work on the sly, not telling the Social Security, and they went, "We've got to cut this out. He's taking work away from our local mowers. Just put a law in place."
Hey, is that Biggest Loser back on?
Oh, is it?
Did anyone watch that?
I haven't seen it.
Cecilia out on the phones was thumbs up or thumbs down for the Biggest Loser.
Thumbs down.
Miming
They
a
were
fat
massive.
person and giving it a thumbs down. Right?
I'm worried, Tone. I'm
Yeah?
worried that this means that the Biggest Loser cast from last year aren't going to be around anymore.
Oh,
like in the press and like getting interviews and on TV. I grew so attached.
Why aren't they going with our idea? Round trip.
What?
Instead of the Biggest Loser, round trip. You start skinny, you get real fat. It's a competition to see who can get fattest first, and then you take it all off.
Okay.
You begin and start the same.
That's great.
Pump up the skinny people.
That's great.
Get him back skinny again.
Yeah, that'd be
round trip.
I'm into round
Channel 10.
Isn't that just Matthew Perry on Friends, though?
Oh,
That's
ow.
Maybe? I don't know.
Did you go there? Do I say that you went there?
I'm looking for more celebrity news, so...
I got one.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Marsland.
Yeah?
How come you're not the co-host of Erotic Star?
I haven't received my invitation yet.
Bessie Bardot.
Oh, Bessie Bardot, your old sparring partner on the Up late date show.
That's well
on
Rival
late
date show. It was just
network.
sex chat, wasn't it?
It was just sex chat.
It was just
kind of.
sex. It was filth.
Love, sex, and
It
relationships.
was 2 hours of filth a night.
We had an adolescent psychologist in every couple of nights, and we would talk to people, young people
What
in
did
their teens.
most people talk about?
Oh, well, a lot of them had relationship problems,
What did most people talk about?
sexual issues.
Yeah!
But I wasn't an
Turkish
expert.
Grip
I was just-
Thursdays. And anyway, she's got a new show where they're going to have erotic performers, and they're going to win something or another. How did you not get a gig, man?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm still in touch with Bessie. That's wonderful.
Have
that
you put
she's,
in the call?
What's the story? What's it about? What's the show about?
I can't read it, Rich.
Erotic stars. So it's
I can see the word Sanchez.
trombone drifted through the. You said cornhole earlier. Don't look at me weird.
Yeah, okay. We're looking for our mystery word today. It's cornhole. All right, so
No, I know nothing of the show.
you, Richard Marsland.
is this another show that we've had to fight off for Richard's services?
Yep, this is what I'm saying.
Bang, the new Bessie Bardot Fruit Fest. God, okay, is that celebrity news? Richard Marsland, fair enough. I've got the new weekly here.
Oh, yes, they want Lindsay to die.
They do.
Look at this. Last week, Lindsay overdoses. She gets a little corner box on the front cover. Yeah. Oh, she's not looking too bad. This week, doctors warn you will die.
Yeah.
Biggest picture on the front cover. If she goes, they're going to be laughing.
They are.
30-page spread.
They are laughing already. Listen to this. More Hollywood stars shun Lindsay.
Oh, no.
It seems Lindsay's refusal to treat her addictions is not only endangering her health, it could kill her movie career.
No.
She has been shunned by Hollywood heavyweights, Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman, who have both told their agents they want no part in any film Lindsay Lohan is attached to because of her wayward behaviour, bringing shame upon their profession. Jack Nicholson. Okay, too many elements. When would Jack Nicholson be in a film with Lindsay Lohan?
Mean Girls 2.
Jack Nicholson's looking down the nose
Yep.
at bad Hollywood party behaviour.
Yep.
A young woman who likes to party. I could never condone such a thing. It just doesn't ring true.
no.
How did that get in there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he sending out a press release?
I think so. And Morgan Freeman, because it was Lindsay Lohan was going to be play the Tim Robbins part in Shawshank Redemption 2. Back to the shank.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep you posted on the imminent death of Lindsay Lohan.
It's like a normal radio show. We're talking Lohan.
We are.
This has turned into one of those shows today.
Yeah.
Like, who's doing what on the red carpet? We should get someone on the line from Hollywood. Tinseltown's ablaze with rumours.
One of the things, the shebang, doing a fine job in Sydney on breakfast, one of the carrots they dangled in front of Richard to try and get him to go over was they said you could do red carpet interviews.
Yeah, that would have been great fun.
You would have been that guy.
Yeah, they could tell me, which questions to ask. And...
Okay, I am TV's Jake Wall. And
Yeah.
I'm walking up. What are you going to ask me?
Who are you?
Oh,
How's that?
how dare you, sir?
Bag it up for the promo. Wow, okay. You can do those on this show if you want, Richard. Nobody's stopping you from doing red carpet interviews.
I've done 2 red carpets. One was with Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
That was great. Like, to actually meet a James Bond, I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the other one was Pamela Anderson, who walked right past me and had to return to the station with nothing. I did the interview with the cab driver and asked him the exact same questions.
And how did it go?
Yeah, it was good. It was like my interview with Pamela Anderson with the cab driver for
Was
Valentine's
the
Day.
cabbie stacked?
Yeah, other end.
Okay. Big crime news from Melbourne. Melbourne City Council will no longer pay for sex.
Oh, come on.
The council is to dump its policy revealed last month of sending private investigators into illegal brothels to have sex with prostitutes.
Private investigators?
Yeah. An exhaustive investigation is undergone.
Hours in the field.
And
I've been undercover for 3 weeks and I am so tired.
listen to this, though. There are fears in the council.
Hang on a second,
that
Tone.
dropping the practice could lead to a proliferation of illegal brothels in the city area. We can't drop that policy. I'm booked in.
Is it like jury duty? You just get a letter in the mail?
Oh, all right.
Jeez Louise.
Again, how much proof do you need? And so then the private investigator will swear in court that he's visited a brothel. That's the only way. I mean, just observing that it looks like a brothel, not enough. Got to actually roll the sleeves up, get involved.
Roll the sleeves up.
Can you confirm for the court that you got one away, Mr. Blenkinsop? That's our comedy name of the year. I'm looking for other crime stories. This is what's happened in the drug wars of South America.
Oh, who's winning?
Drugs are the big winner. Colombian drug cartels have taken out a contract on the life of golden Labrador Agata, who keeps uncovering their gear on the way to the US. It's only up to $6,000 though. $6,000 to take out a smiling honey-coloured Labrador.
Could we get B, your dog?
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, she might have to. And could we send?
You want my dog to assassinate another dog?
No,
double?
I say that we send B.
Yeah. What is a decoy?
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
Pick up the $6,000. You can get a labby for them less than that, can't you? We could get a couple of labs for that.
I'm seeing a very cute chalk outline. We're not going to do that. What are you suggesting? I put my dog in the line of fire for the program?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Sort that out after the show. Vicious water wowzers in our suburbs.
No.
People, vigilante groups with flaming torches getting about the streets looking for water wasters.
And how they going?
Well, what's happening is, and there's a lot of this about, is some people are using grey water and their lawns look all green.
That's okay.
The neighbours are thinking, well, obviously they're cheating.
Oh.
And they're being dobbed in. People are getting like graffiti on the front of their property. Look at this family here. Green lawns equals water cheat scum out the front of their house. And all they've been doing was bucketing the lawn with grey water, with our own Ugly Dave grey water. Are you a water wowser, Richard Marsden?
I'm a water warrior. As a matter of fact, I've actually made a call to the water police.
Have you just?
Yes.
What have you done?
It was at the end of a very, very long night, and I was walking home from a friend's house, and it was raining. It had been raining heavily for the past 2 days.
Wow.
And someone had the sprinklers on full bore on their lawns, and I got home and I made the call. They didn't care at all.
Because it was raining?
But it was 4 a.m.
Yeah, it was about that.
And what did you actually say? It's black. Yeah. Do you like the band Pavement?
Are you quoting from Glenn Milne's column?
She wasn't interested. But no, they didn't take any details. They really weren't that keen to follow up.
I know you are a big Pavement fan. We don't have time for this now because people are saying we loved it the other day when you played The Rain.
Oh, yeah.
It sounded great in the car.
Yeah.
It was nostalgic.
Today we're going to play Blame It on the Rain by Milli Vanilli instead.
Are we just?
That's too nostalgic.
That'll turn things around.
Okay.
So I thought we might have a live ad.
Good idea.
Because have we done a live ad on the show yet?
For the purpose of this segment, I'm going to say no.
Let's have one now. Here we go. Attention nostalgia fans. Take a trip down memory lane with the new album from Marsland Recordings, The Sounds of Yesteryear. Remember this one? Doesn't that sound good?
Oh, it takes me back.
What about this blast from the past? What is that? Something they used to have in the last century, apparently.
Honestly, what is that?
It's a sprinkler. See? Isn't that beautiful? That's the single off the album, Ed. Those were the days. There's Leaving a Tap Running. Remember when you could do that?
Oh, I used to leave it on for weeks.
There's Wasting Water on an Odd Numbered Day. You kids, stop that! You water cheat scum! And who could forget the wistful, unnecessary colonic irrigation? Ah, yes, the Sounds of Yesteryear from Marsland Recordings.
I'm cutting back to 3 a day now.
Now that sounds Marsland. Get this, it's blown out to 2 hours, 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network.